What's up YouTube, Trinity here. I'm going to be doing a deck profile for my first place Ava deck list that I just built and took to a couple different locals, got first 3 different ones. This deck has been doing me well. Shout out to my friend Skull on Discord. I took the list from him, he was playing it for a while, and counters my Welshire deck, so I wanted to learn it, play it some more. It's always been a deck I was interested in, but with the reprints, I finally could afford the deck. So, starting off, we have the basic ride line, Ava, all 4 Avas. You could substitute this one out to a bluff if you wish to, but I just like having all of them. So we have the 4 Avas, all 4 Avas. Then for grade 3s, we have 4, should be 4 here, yep. One of them is behind Obsidian. 4 Poison in Paradise Ava. This card is basically just the evolution of Ava. When she is ridden on, you may activate Persona Ride, search your deck for an order and add it to your hand. And then on attack, bind Ava from Soul, call Obu from drop or deck. So it's 4 of her. Then you have the right hand man, 4 copies of Obsidian. He gets 10k power and a crit, and he also is Interceptor. He's your big tanky boy. He hits for damage. Next we have our discard fodder, which I should have put with the other one, but we're just going to go in line of grades. 2 copies of Combined Rusher. When you place an order, counterblast, call it from drop, so you can this deck can get constant units back from drop and just get free advantage. It filters out its hand. You could run 3, I have 2. 2 is fine, I feel. I want space for other stuff. Then we have 2 copies of Obsidian. You could run more, 2 is fine. He lets you attack the front row, and again, he's a 10k shield and an interceptor. So that's it for the grade 2s as of normal units. We'll move on to grade 1s. 4 of the best card in the deck. The promo, if you don't know what it does, whenever you set an order from the order zone, you can call it back from the drop zone by paying 3 energy, and it gets 2k, so you can rush with it. It always comes back. I'll explain some combos later, but it always comes back. It lets you ride Ava from the deck, the Poison Ava on top of the other Ava during main phase, so you can use Ava's active ability to get advantage and stack the deck, filter for combo pieces you need, and then Superior Ride. It will trigger Persona Ride if you haven't rode the same turn, so you want to go into the other Ava every turn and just keep getting constant advantage. We play 2 copies of this monster. You'll see why I run so many monsters soon. He lets you draw a card and recycle Ava or Obu if you really need to, which you will end up recycling that Ava most of the time. 2 of my favorite tech card, Radio Monster. When you set a bunch of orders in the late game, this can make your Obsidian swing for or Obu, I just call him Obu, for like 70, 60k, and he's crit, and he's just freaking huge, and they might have a PG to save themselves. And it's a monster, so it's searchable. And then we run 3 perfect guard monsters, again, because they're monsters, and I'm sure you can guess what orders I'm running. And then we run the 1 blitz order, Sanct Elementaria. That's another perfect guard. If you don't have it, you can just run 4 monsters. You'll most likely get the same result. I have the extra Elementaria, so I run it. Next we'll go to the orders. Talking about Elementaria, I run 2 more blitz orders. We run Freezing Wave. In combination with the next order, this can be a -30 to any attacking unit, and it can Soul Blast out the grade 1 from the Soul as well. So we run 2 copies of that. 4 of the best order, one of the best orders in the deck. I run Research Order. She powers up Ava or any unit. I normally power up Ava to make her a 23, 33, make her harder to block the Vanguard because the Obus are normally really big. You Soul Blast out the monster by resting it in 3 other orders. So you always have the monster to call back, and it just powers up your units, and it lets you check top 5 or superior call anything. So you can grab whatever you're missing. You need a Combined Rusher. You most likely want to call Obu, but sometimes you won't get them. You most likely will, but sometimes you draw into all of them. Then 2 of the other order, this used to be $60, but now it's like $1. This card is stupid. I still think this card is crack. You only run 2 because with Poison Ava you can search it. And you want more space for different orders. Personally, I like running 2 copies of this. It lets you filter out your deck a lot. It lets, since you're running the new monster order, the promo. It lets you put it to draw zone and add a perfect guard if you get really lucky. Sometimes you'll whiff it, but I think the card advantage it gets from it is just really insane. This is good for the Varga matchup. It makes so your Obus can't be retired. It's good late game, so you can countercharge. If you run out of all your Avas, you can put it back. If you're stuck on base Ava, countercharge, put it to Soul, add Obu back. Honestly, whoever printed this card, this still to me to this day seems like a fan-made card. Like this card is just, it gives you resist, countercharge, Soul charge, as recycle. It's crazy. It's crazy. Next trigger lineup, standard trigger lineup in my opinion. It's what every overdressed deck should run, at least in my opinion. 4 heals, standard 8 crit. You got to get that damage in, damage. 3 front. I do not like draws. I think certain decks that need combo pieces run draws. If your deck can maintain a hand over 6 to 7 cards, run fronts. The shield value on this is just way better. Especially if you're running a deck like Ava, you're going to draw into an order most of the time, so you're not getting any extra shield value off the draw. So I like fronts personally, in my opinion. And then we run the best OT in the game. Stupid card. I still think this is the most stupid OT in the freaking game. Followed by, there are some other exceptions. But that is the Ava deck. I can do a quick combo. Let me just put Ava on the field, put some of this. Just grab some cards out here. Make my drop zone. See, I have some damage over here. Blah, blah, blah. Get this in my drop zone. We have the order set, so we'll have 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. I have no editor. My wife is a wonderful woman. She's recording this on her phone. So bear with me. I need to get a camera. So we're just gonna swing and a miss, Just call. We'll say we set this in the order zone. Say Ava's our only unit on board. We just set this, we check top 5. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just call down the Oskadane, the Obu. We set, so we get 2 free bodies from drop. Call this, and call this. And this is just the bare minimum here. This is the ideal combo. You're gonna have way more cards in this. Then you'll use Ava's effect first. You'll search top 3, since you have 3 orders. You'll add something. You definitely don't wanna add that. Let me just, because the deck's organized. Let me just add, say you'll add a PG and you put the triggers at the bottom. We'll say we'll do that. Example, then you'd use this effect. Since you used your act ability, ride Poison Ava from deck, search out any order. Most of the time, you've already set 2 of these, because this is the order you want to be searching. I normally just add this or this, whatever I don't have. See if I think I'm fighting a deck that's going to retire me, or I'm going to be intercepting and I need my board back. I'm going to search out this. If I rode this turn, then I don't get Persona Ride. If I haven't, I get Persona Ride. And that's, if they're grade 3, this is a 20k swing. You call on top of it, because then it'll come back later. But before we do that in battle phase, always remember, because this can be very forgetful, rest 3 copies of this order, Soul Blast the monster back out of the soul. This means next, at the end of turn, when she swings, she'll call Obu on top of the combined rusher. You'll bind her. You'll have a second Obu, whatever one you really need for the situation. You want a board wipe, you want damage in, call whatever one you want from drop or deck. And then, yeah, end of turn, you'll Superior Ride back into Ava. And important thing is, when you run out of Ava, is your deck. In the late game, it's funny. I've seen so many games with my friend and me when we're playing Ava. And in the late game, we have a bunch of triggers filtered in our deck. We have like 6 orders, and we just look at our deck and we're just like, I guess I'll just put crit OT on top, put the rest on bottom. It's a stupid deck. It can change its game plan whenever you want. I love decks that get constant advantage, can hit like a truck, get pure defense, and just has options. It can play the short game, it can play the long game. I will say this deck can struggle against Varga and decks that seal away its intercepts, because then you lose out on 20k shield. But overall, I think Ava's is a really good deck. I will give everyone a warning that the deck is fading out a little bit, and not because the deck is bad, it's because it struggles against the Dragon Empire meta, which is shoot and doji. It can bind your names because it doesn't retire it. Varga can, I thought Vermilion can just attack into them and bind them, which is kind of funny. Varga, it seals your intercepts, and if you don't have the other order, you can't protect the Oxydanes. And then Chirinui will just punch the face. Chirinui is annoying. But yeah, that's the deck. I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know how I can improve these videos and any technology that I should pick up to make my videos better. Thank you, and have a good one.